Shall we please be seated? On behalf of the Vice Chancellor, I want to welcome you all to the third induction ceremony of the medical and dental profession. For the sake of those that don't know, this is the University of Medical Sciences, the very first best medical and health sciences university in Nigeria. Before we proceed, I would like to welcome our parents and our leaders here present. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we please stand for the academic star procession?
As sincere apologies, please, guests may have to be seated for now. Sincere apologies for that. Since the possession of the academic staff is not ready yet.
Shall we please stand for the academic staff procession? Thank you. Let's be seated. Shall we please stand for the procession of the Vice Chancellor? Please let's remain standing for the anthems, the national anthem. Ondo State anthem. University anthem.
Making
Once again, I want to welcome you all to the third induction ceremony of the medical and dental profession of this great center of knowledge. Before we proceed, I would like to recognize the presence of the dignitaries among us. To start with, he is the Governor of Ondo State, ably represented by the Special Advisor to the Governor, Ondo State, Special Advisor on Education, that is Dr. Olawumi Ilawole. We also have the Vice Chancellor of the Citadel of Knowledge, that is Professor Adeshegun Olayiwola Fatusi, FNA Med FAS. We also have with us the we also have with us the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic, that is Professor Rose Angela Wumba. The Registrar, Dr. Woliola Julius Eko Dayo, ably represented by the Deputy Registrar, Mr. Adeniro. We also have the librarian there with us, that is the librarian Dr. Uduwole Adebambo Adewale. The bossa of the Citadel of Knowledge, Mr. Muritala Olorunfemi Shitu. Representing the Registrar of the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, Dr. Fatima Kiari, is the Deputy Registrar and the HOD Planning Research and Statistics, MDCN Secretariat Abuja, that is Dr. Victor K. Benro. We also have the Assistant Registrar and the HOD Inspectorate, MDCN Secretariat Abuja, that is Dr. Tijani A. Makada. With us on this occasion is the Chief Director, University of Medical Sciences Teaching Hospital, Ondo, that is Dr. Michael Bala. We also have the Chief Medical Director, University of Medical Sciences Teaching Hospital, Akure, Dr. Adeshino Akinton. We also have the Director, State Hospital, Ondo, that is Dr. Adiola Akintade. Yes, the deans of the faculties present here. We have the Dean of the Dental Sciences, that's Professor Taiwo Adebayo. We also have the Dean of the Clinical Sciences, that's Professor Oluseyi Adejumo. We also have the Dean of the Faculty of Clinical Sciences, that is Dr. Basic Clinical Sciences, yes, that's Dr. Patrick O. Osho. Representing the Dean of the Faculty of Basic Medical Sciences, we have Dr. Akinola A.O. That's the Vice Dean, Faculty of Basic Medical Sciences. Then we have the presence of the University Central Admission Committee Chairman, Professor Wasiu Adebimpe. With us on this great occasion is His Royal Majesty Oba Oladele Frederick Akinmoye. That is the Olugberuwa of Ode Ejere Kingdom. Ebi Kuraju 4. Hi, is he here? Okay. We also have the Chief Justice of Edo State, Honorable Justice Daniel Okungbowa. We also have the Judge of Edo State, Judiciary, that's Honorable Justice Victor O.A. Ovewe. We have the Assistant Commissioner of Police, ACP, or Area Command, ACP Fidelis Okunfolami. That is going to be the size of the recognition for now. I have the permission of the Vice Chancellor to invite Professor Oluseyi Adejumo, the Dean of the Faculty of Clinical Sciences, for his welcome address. Please let's celebrate him as he steps forward. Sorry, before that, I'm sorry for omitting that, and that is a very big error on my part. Yes, I want to introduce the presence of the guest lecturer. That is Dr. Abiodun Kuti. Please let's celebrate him. Okay, he is the chairman, medical advisory. We have the chairman, Medical Advisory Committee, that's a Unimeti H, Dr. Akinbodewa. Thank you very much.
Good morning, Your Excellency, the visitor of the university, ably represented by the SA, the Vice Chancellor, the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic, the Registrar, University Librarian, the Bossa, the Registrar of Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, ably represented by Dr. Benro and Dr. Tijani, the medical elders present, our guest lecturer, Dr. Abiodun Kuti, the deans of faculties, the directors of centers and institutes here present, the Chief Medical Director of University Medical Sciences Teaching Hospital, all heads of departments, faculty members, our dignitaries, our invited guests, our dear inductees, parents, relatives, friends of the university, and well-wishers. I'm honored to specially welcome you all to the induction of the third set of our medical and dental graduates into the medical and dental profession. I want to specially appreciate the Vice Chancellor, the Governing Council, the management of University of Medical Sciences, and the state government for providing the support and the enabling environment to achieve another significant milestone in the history of our dear university and the entire Ondo state. I give all glory to God who has given us the grace to achieve all this. I want to specially congratulate our inductees on this landmark occasion. Your dedication, perseverance, and hard work over the years have culminated in today's celebration. As your teachers, we are proud of you, and we are glad to be part of the success that we are all witnessing today. This induction ceremony is a significant milestone in your professional career. Today marks the beginning of a new chapter, and as you embark on this journey, I want you to constantly keep in mind the oath that you will be taking today throughout your journey in this noble profession. This oath is a commitment to excellence, to compassion, to dedication, and indeed a call of a lifetime service. As medical professionals, you've chosen an admirable profession which requires empathy, integrity, and a lifelong pursuit of knowledge. We trust that you will forever hold these tenets dearly and that you will uphold the highest standards of ethics and professionalism in the care of your patients. I sincerely and very specially appreciate all parents, relatives, and sponsors who have provided the needed financial, emotional, psychological, and spiritual support to enable you attain these enviable heights. It is my prayer that you will reap the reward of your labor. Amen. To the representatives of the MDCN, registrar, our distinguished speaker, faculty members, colleagues here present, thank you all for joining us to celebrate this monumentous occasion as we welcome you warmly into the first specialized medical university in Nigeria. Thank you.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, permit me to recognize the presence of the Dean of the Faculty of Medical Rehabilitation, Professor Teslim Ayodele Onigbinde. Then the Dean of the Faculty of Allied Health, that is Professor Abdulaziz Abubakar. Then the presence of the medical elders with us here, we have Dr. Joseph Fatukasi, Dr. Manua Hidowu Akinroye, Dr. Lillian Alhaji, Dr. Babatola Bobola Johnson. Next is the citation of the inductee lecturer by Professor E. Taiwo Adebayo, that's the Dean of the Faculty of Dental Sciences. Please let's celebrate him as he steps forward.
The Vice Chancellor, all other protocols observed, may I respectfully request our induction lecturer to please stand. Yes, sir. The aim is so that as I'm reading the citation, you will know it's not me, it is him. Our induction lecturer this morning is Dr. Abiodun Raymond Kuti. Dr. Kuti is a consultant radiologist with over 30 years of experience, a practice in reviewing and reporting both plain and specialized radiographs. Dr. Kuti completed his medical education at the Obafemi Awolowo University, formerly University of Ife, Ile-Ife, Osun State, Nigeria. He proceeded to undertake a residency training at the teaching hospital of the Obafemi Awolowo University Teaching Hospital, where he obtained the fellowship of the National Postgraduate Medical College in Radiology. While a resident doctor, he served as the National Secretary of the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors. In the course of his career, he has gained extensive experience in various imaging modalities and image-guided procedures during his fellowship. He has also published extensively in peer-reviewed journals and is actively involved in both undergraduate and postgraduate teaching. Currently, Dr. Kuti leads the team at Prisms Healthcare Limited, a specialist healthcare organization founded by him in 2000. He is currently the National President of the Guild of Medical Directors, as well as the National President of the Association of Radiologists of Nigeria. Dr. Abiodun Kuti has had a distinguished professional career, including being National Vice President of the Guild of Medical Directors in 2013 to 2017, National Secretary, Guild of Medical Directors, 2008 to 2012, Secretary General of the Lagos branch of the Guild of Medical Directors, and Chairman Ethical Committee of the Nigerian Medical Association, Osun State. He is a member of several professional bodies, such as the Corporate Governance Professionals of Nigeria, the Health Leadership Academy, the Association of Radiologists of Nigeria, the Nigerian Institute of Management, the Association of Private Practice Radiologists, to mention a few. Dr. Kuti is a board member of the Cerebral Palsy Center and has served as a member of the Federal Government Committee on Health Reforms. He is currently the chairman of the Board of Trustees of a local Christian assembly, the Lighthouse Christian Outreach Center. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Dr. Abiodun Kuti for his guest lecture.
Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, the principal officers of the university, the lecturers, the elders amongst us here,
The parents, the proud parents, and of course, the doctors. The lecture I'm supposed to give, I'm sure it's in a pamphlet, has been given to everybody. And I think I will not want to read it out. I want a situation in which I just give you the synopsis and probably the key points there. The one I think should be a good thing for you to have. Actually, I'm in private practice. The Guild of Medical Directors is an association of doctors that own their own hospitals and run them. From those who own just 10-bedroom hospitals to those who own 300-bed hospitals. So most likely, 8 out of 10 of you will end up working in one of those hospitals. She'll be one of the people that will be with us. Professor Fatusi called me and said, oh, he wanted me to come and give a lecture about this. I said, there was no big deal there. Let me come and share my experience with you for being a doctor for close to 40 years, and then to tell you the things I have noticed, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And he said, no, I should take for about 30 minutes. I will speak for about 30 minutes. I said, well, I'm not a lettered person, so I'll see what I can do. I said, give me what I can do. So he sent me the first lecture that was done. And it was about 28 pages by a professor, a respected one I know. And he said, send me another one. And he sent me another one, and it was 20 pages. And I said, there was no way I could do that. So I said, let me just come and talk to the students here today, the new doctors, and tell you what I think it's all about. The parents, I want to congratulate you. I know it's not easy. The emotional, the financial you've gone through, I know it is not easy, and I want to congratulate you. You will enjoy the fruits of your labor. Everything that you wish from them, you will get. And doctors, let them be proud of you. That name doctor is for you. The fame is for them. The fun of being parent of a doctor is to tell people, my son or my daughter is a doctor. I can tell you, no parents can wish nothing more than that. So they are the owners of the degree, they are not the users of the degree. So my topic is about knowing your real self and your ideal self. And I want to start with a situation in which you are in a noble profession. And the nobility, as we call it, I mean, it's not a word that came from us. It came from the UK, when the kings were in charge of the lands in England. The king then owned all the lands. All the other people will have to lease from the king to use the land. But as time was going on, they realized that no, there are some people among the populace, due to their integrity, their honor, and the trust in them. So the king had the permission to give them lands, rather than them leasing it to them. So they called them landlords, and they became noblemen. And there were 4 groups of people the king then chose. Those in the military, the men of God, as I'll call them, the spiritual fathers, the lawyers, and then the doctors. So from the great historical past, that's how we got the name noblemen. So you're in a noble profession, and when they call you doctor, remember that what they are telling you is this: you're a man to be trusted. You must be a man of integrity. And of course, you must be a man of honor. Don't worry when I say a man, whether you're a woman or, okay, let me use the person. So those are the 3 key foundations that makes you a doctor. But you know the interesting thing? The society we are in now is very, very, very intense. I use the word VUCA. I didn't create that word. VUCA is an acronym created by the American Army. And it stands for VUCA, volatile, unstable, complex, and ambiguous. Doctors, the people you are going to meet there, they are volatile, they are unstable, they are complex, and they are ambiguous. Your co-health workers, they are VUCA'd. And I can also tell you, the society you are going in there, your senior colleagues, they are VUCA'd. So how can you be a noble person in a VUCA environment? That is the answer I want to see if I can unravel. Let me tell you a story I saw about last month. I had a situation to go to one of the government hospitals in Lagos in the middle of the night. And I got there, a friend's mother had to be admitted, so I wanted to help out. And there, the teaching hospital at the emergency center, we had 2 house officers and a reg. The whole place was filled up. They rushed in about 3 patients with severe degrees of burns. And these were the 3 people there handling the situation. Of course, I stood there back trying to see what was happening, observing. And lo and behold, one of the doctors, one young lady, just walked away and went afar. And I went to meet her and said, Docky, look, there's a lot of jobs there. What is happening? And she said, I'm overwhelmed, sir. She had been on duty since the morning. We're talking about 2 o'clock in the middle of the night. And unfortunately for her, like she said, she has lost 2 patients. She has 3 patients with burns, different degrees of burns there. And of course, I'm sure she was thinking about the outcome, the prognosis of those ones. So she needed to clear her head. And before I left, 4 other patients came in, road traffic accident. So doctors, as us officers, most likely, that's what you're going to meet. And unfortunately, all the relatives of those people were shouting on those doctors. And that's what I mean by vocal environment. The job will be much, and I can assure you the materials you will need to get those jobs done may not be available. But you are noble people. You are people of integrity. You are people of honor. You are people with full trust. We believe you can be able to do it. People see you as demigod, and don't see yourself as demigod. Be your real self. What is being your real self? What is being an ideal self? You know, in a situation like this, an ideal person, an ideal self is a situation in which what you project yourself to be to people, but deep down you are not that person. You wear that mask, that facade, to make sure that yet all is well, but deep down you know it is not well. Don't be that person. Be your real self. How can you be your real self? I've realized that if you live your life on principles, on ideals that you believe in, will definitely be your real self. Self-love, self-worth are the things that makes you your real self. And the most important of all, your happiness in life is your real self. Anything that will not give you peace of mind, that will not make you to be happy, you are just showing your ideal self, not your real self. And I've now think about it. What are the things that would make you to be your real self? I've realized there are 3 things in life, 3 decisions you have to make in life that will make you your real self. If you want to be happy in life, those 3 decisions, you're going to make them by yourself. Nobody will force them on you. And those 3 major decisions are: number 1, the God you serve; number 2, the spouse you will live your life with; and then number 3, the area of medicine you want to specialize or stay in. The first 2, they are not big deal, but the last one, I'll probably put more emphasis on it. Don't worry, I'm not a pastor, but I can tell you, doctors, there's a world of difference between spirituality and religion. No matter what you call yourself to be, I've seen the Bible, I've seen the Quran, and I've seen the Cutlass. Anyone you believe in those 3, please get close to that. In this field as a doctor, the G factor is extremely, extremely important. Don't let anybody deceive you. He will get to a stage as a doctor, that G factor is important. I'll tell you 2 stories about that. Many years back when I was house officer, I had a classmate, a colleague, a friend that was just like the house officer I said was an emergency. He had a patient with status as asthmaticus. We did everything. There was nothing we could do. The patient was not succeeding. And of course, our senior colleague now said, okay, Docky, give this patient aminophyllin, 10 mils, pushing it slowly alternatively titrate it. I'm not sure whether we still use aminophylline. I'm not in clinical medicine for some time. And if you use aminophylline, you push in 1 ml per minute. And of course, that doctor did that. He was pushing it 1 ml per minute. When it remained the last meal, he pushed it as a bolus, and the patient collapsed. We could not resuscitate that patient. That was a decision. That doctor finished his house job, but refused to go for LYSC. And I think he got the call of God, and he became a pastor. Till today, he will tell you, I did not know what made me push that thing like that. That is where the G factor comes in. Do not, I beg of you, think it will not happen. I'll tell you my own story also. I cannot forget that day. It was 2001, September 11. As a radiologist, I was called to one hospital to come and carry out IVU, intravenous urography, to check out the kidneys. I remember very well, the whole reception was filled because, everybody was watching the television, looking at what was happening in the USA. And I had this patient, of course, to give the contrast to. The normal contrast we use is non-ionic contrast. The active ingredient inside that contrast is iodine. People react to it. Statistically, probably 1 million will react to that injection. So I'm talking a situation in which everybody here, everybody outside, if we give you that injection, none of us will react to that injection. So I called in the patient, everything was set. As I pushed in the first meal of that injection, the patient's heart stopped. And I can tell you, the first thing that came out of my mind is, God help me. Because I know, where's these other people here, the MDCN, there's no way I can tell stories with that. And I can tell you that's where G factor comes in. Coincidentally, I'll use that word. Just at the reception there, the hospital anesthetist with his resuscitative kit was there. The cardiologist in the hospital with his resuscitative kit also was there. And then, of course, the oxygen to the X-ray department in that hospital was serviced and utilized that day. That was all saved that patient that day. I could have lost that patient. So please, doctors, do not, and I emphasize, think G factor is not important. Key into the G factor you're interested in. And of course, the second thing I want to talk about is the spouse you will live with. That decision is yours. Nobody can force it on you. All you men, you'll be the one to go and meet that woman and say, I love you, I like you, be my wife. Take that decision with seriousness. And also with you women, you'll be the one to say, yes, I agree with you, I want to be your spouse. That decision is very important. Anybody that will not add value to your life or multiply the value in your life, doctors, give that a big thought. I can tell you, ask any married person here, your level of growth in life depends on the spouse you have. Have that at the back of your mind. And of course, those decisions, like I said, you're going to make them. Nobody's going to force those decisions on you. And that's what will make you your real self. So if you use your ideal self to take those decisions, you'll be in big trouble and you'll probably not be happy in life. The third one, which is the one that we are here for, is what you want to do as a medical person. You have become doctors. What are the areas that are involved in medical practice? There are 3 major areas. It's either you go to the clinical medicine, which most likely 70 to 80% of you will do, or you go into academia and research, or you go into administration. The first one, of course, the medical clinical practice. There are different areas. You can be the surgeon, O&G, internal medicine, pediatrics, and the other fringes of medicine. Where you want to choose anyone you want, doctors, don't think about the cash cow there. That this is where the money is. That is where I want to go. Go to where that will be fun to you and be intellectually stimulating. In the next 20 years, you'll be in that field. And if you do not choose right, you'll be a miserable person in any area of specialty you can be. And I'll say this, and I emphasize it. You know, I said the society is now VUCAD. Your patient, Dr. Google is there to help them out. So before they come to you, the social media and the Google, they must have gone there. So you are just coming to you to see whether you are right or wrong. And I can tell you, litigation is getting high up there. For anything you do as a clinical doctor, document there. Cross all the T's, dot all the I's, and make sure it is done and documented. There's nothing that will hide you away from litigation. Patients are getting very, very, what to you now? Knowledgeable. They know their rights and they are keeping to it. One thing I want you to do tonight, there's a medical book of ethics by MDCA. Go through that book. Many of us will never study it. I think it's section 29 to 66 that talks about the misconducts in the medical field. Go through it and make sure you do not at any place make that mistake. I'm a radiologist, and ideally I look at shadows. I never, as a policy, probably say yes. I rarely see patients. But yes, occasionally I do the scan and I see patients, and I'll tell you a story about litigation and problem with medical fields. Many years back, I had a patient, and she just, pregnant woman. A doctor sent her for normal pelvic scan. And I did the scan, about 5 weeks pregnant, the patient was. So I wrote my report. Oh, there's a pregnancy inside this womb, there's a gestational sac, the estimated gestational age is 5 weeks. So I sent the report to the doctor with the picture. Of course, the referring doctor thought, told the patient, I don't think this pregnancy is viable. We need to evacuate it. But luckily, the evacuation failed. The patient came back about 14 weeks. I repeated the scan. And of course, the baby was doing fine. I gave my report, baby doing fine, no abnormalities seen, and everything. About a month after that woman delivered, the lawyer called me and sent me a letter. The patient sued me for misconduct, professional negligence, and incompetence. And I was wondering, what did I do wrong? And I can tell you, for 3 years, we were in court, trying to see if I was wrong or right. But luckily, the court said I was right, and throughout the case. The patient did not stop there. He took me to MDC and disciplinary committee that I was incompetent. And for another 2 years, I was there trying to defend myself why I did not do wrong. So I can tell you, for 5 years, emotionally, financially, we were disturbed. But looking back, I asked myself, what did I do wrong? And I remember, what I did wrong was simple. I gave a report. There was a gestational sac there. I did not complete that report. The report should have read, there's a gestational sac there, but there's no fetal pole yet inside the sac. Please repeat the scan in the next 3 to 4 weeks. If I have done that, I have not have spent the 3 million I spent on that litigation, because the patient just paid me 2,000 naira. So that is where we are going in. And I'm emphasizing that. The patients are knowing their rights. And they are not ready to say, no, we don't think you are right or you are wrong. So doctors, make sure you cover yourself as medical practitioners in whatsoever you want to be. And like I said, which area of medicine do you want to go? You must know that. It must not be a cash class. I would have loved you to tell you, I got into the practice of radiology. Okay, let me tell you. I didn't go for my radiology posting as medical student. I just, what were they doing there? There's no big deal there. So in my final year, I had to go I was in the surgery posting. And we had a urologist that came in from UCH then. I finished from IFE, Professor Okbosong. and I had a patient to handle, to clerk. I did the clerking, I had all the results, I knew the diagnosis. And then this professor of radiology walked in. And Professor Okpason called and said, please, Prof, help us with these x-rays, the IVU. And of course, I gave the x-rays to the professor. She looked at 1, 2, 3. I said, well, Prof, this your patient is having renal carcinoma. And she walked away. And I was wondering, I spent 4 hours with the patient to make a diagnosis. And there's this woman who just looked at it for 2, 3 minutes. I made the diagnosis. That was my turning point that, well, I want to know what they do in the radiology department. And I can tell you, I have never regretted being a radiologist. Of course, you know, that's the most dynamic part of medicine. If there's any part of medicine that is extremely dynamic, that's it. It's like being a detective. You see a shadow somewhere, and you can relate the shadow in the chest to the kidneys, to the prostate, to the abdomen. And I can tell you, it's worth it. And anytime I wake up, what I'm thinking is, well, let me see the diagnosis I'm going to make today. Even if I've seen 1001 chest x-rays. So please, doctors, where you want to take that decision, make sure you take a decision in the area that is very, very dear to your heart. Not because, oh, I'll make money there. Because once you make that money and frustration comes in, it becomes a routine thing. There's nothing routine in practice of medicine. And of course, I want to tell you, what about the research and academics? I'm sorry, I'm not an academia. They are the ones sitting there, they are the ones sitting here. They know what to do about that. What I know in academics is either you publish or you perish. What I'll advise you when it comes to the issue of research is, please go to the area that is lab-based. Make things work that will be of importance, of value to human nature. Tell you another interesting thing. I have a goddaughter who went abroad wanted to study medicine. But she got there, and she went into cellular and molecular anatomy. And interestingly, a doctor who is a professor noticed that she was good and advised that she should specialize in that area. She got a master's there, she got a PhD there. And now from stem cells, they create different organs of the body. Veins, arteries, cardiac muscles, and they say they are creating pancreas now. And they're commercializing it. So what I'm thinking is, okay, she goes there, she creates a vessel for you, you go and buy it and you do your grafting. That is where I think you should do. And I believe in this environment, in this university, lab-based researches should be your priority. You will commercialize it and you'll make money. But I can tell you, if you go into academics, you will not regret it. The third area that's of interest to you is to be in administration. Most of us don't go to administration. I also thought administration was one thing I'll learn it when I get there. But by the time I got into the modules to become a fellow in institutes of management, I realized administration is a total kettle of fish entirely. As doctors, we are trained to be 1 + 1 must be 2. It's like look inside the microscope and you see something small to be bigger. But in administration, it's a total different thing. It's like looking into the binocular, something that is far away. We are seeing it as if it's close to you. And that is what administration is. Most of us don't go there. And I would encourage those who are interested, that is a worthwhile area you should go. You will learn about human nature, you will learn about leadership, you will learn about communication. I'll tell you this, part of the module I did for my fellowship for the management is to write on communication. It was when I was doing research on communication that I know that as doctors, we were not trained to not communicate. So please, administration is a worthwhile place. For those who are interested, you can go there. So those are the 3 areas you could, but I can tell you this, I'm just trying to let you think along the way doctors think. There are other areas you can go into. Artificial intelligence is there. You can use it to add value to practice of medicine. People are doing that. I know somebody in Lagos, a doctor, he developed an application. And what he does is that, he said like Uber, you go there, you order your ambulance services, and he gets paid for using that. I know another person, is a doctor, the only thing he does is air ambulances. So if you want to move patients around the country, that's the only thing she does. She gets the specialists to handle it, and they travel, and they send patients all across the country. And I'm sure most of you must have heard about a Proco doctor. A Proco doctor does not sell Panadol. He does not sit 14 by 14 room. But I can tell you, it's not complaining at all when it comes to the issue of finances. I met him about 2 months ago, and I know he was telling that he has a deal with WHO on how to do some public health awareness. Those are the options that are available for you. And then the issue is this: in any area you have chosen, how do you achieve it? You must set goals. And I repeat that, you must set goals. If you do not set goals, you can't achieve much. Setting of goals, of course, they tell you, set smart goals. Yes, specific, it must be this and that. No doubt about that. But if you do not set goals, there will be issues. In the next 1 year, you go for internship. Another year, you'll have gone for your NYSC. And I ask this question: the day you finish your NYSC, what are your plans? Do you have plans after your NYSC? If you have not done that, you have to do that tonight. Know where you will be the day you walk out of the NYSC camp. And you can choose any of those areas I have mentioned. Let those goals be written. Don't have them in your head. The goals that are written are the goals that are achievable. You have your phone. We analog doctors, we still write in papers. But you have your phone and your iPads and things like that, your tablets, to get all those things sorted out. Please set goals. Put time you want to achieve those goals there. And just like I put in my write-up, there are two people that I really respect in that situation. I'm sure you all watched the last Olympics. There was this girl, Gabrielle Thomas. She's an American. She won 3 gold medals in that place. I'll tell you an interesting thing about her. Gab, as she was normally called, was 22, and she graduated from Harvard with neurobiology degree. And when they asked her, she said to qualify for that Olympics was easier, was to graduate from Harvard was more difficult for her than to represent America in Olympics. That was at Tokyo Olympics. But she made up her mind that she wanted to represent America at that Olympics, and she wanted to win at least a gold medal. And I can tell you she did it. She got her degree in neurobiology from Harvard, and she won a gold medal at Tokyo Olympics. The other one was in Paris, and then what was her goal then? She said, well, she wanted to get her master's in public health. She wanted to win 3 gold medals at Paris, and I can tell you she have achieved that. So she have a master's in public health, and she won 3 gold medals at Paris Olympics. And of course, the journalist asked her, what's your next step now? What do you want to achieve now? And she said by the time they come to Los Angeles in the next 4 years, she wanted to have a PhD. She wanted to build an hospital for her community. And she's also planning to be a mother and a wife. And I can tell you, she will achieve that. So doctors, that is what is important when you set goals. And you put time and place to them. Don't be like a leaf in the river that is carried all around. Set your goals and let it be there. How can you get these goals to where you want to get? 3 people you need in your life to achieve whatever you want to achieve. And they're very important to you. You need mentors. You need a coach. And of course, you need a confidant. You cannot go far in life if you do not have mentors. Don't let anybody lie to you. A mentor is somebody you can take your goals to and say, look, these are the things I want to achieve. That person has gone through that route. He has gone through that place. And what he or she is going to tell you is, these are the ways you can achieve them. These are the challenges you can have in there. And you have to check them. I have mentors in all these areas of my life. You must have a mentor. Compartmentalize your life. Your professional life, your financial life, your marital life, your social life. Have mentors in those places. And make sure that you go to them with your checklist and let them advise you on how and when to achieve those things. They have seen it. They have seen so many things that they are going to help you and advise you. Like I'll tell you, there were advice my mentor gave me that I thought, oh, this man doesn't know what he's talking about, and I've regretted them. So please, look for mentors and take your goals to them. Rarely will you see mentors that will say they will not help you. They will definitely go there and set you out. And of course, you will need coaches. No matter how good you are in anything, you will need a coach to know your strength, to know your weaknesses. Most athletes in the world, the best of them, all of them have coaches. Not because they don't know what to do, but you see, they have a situation in which they know the best and not to do. How many of you play tennis here? No. I can tell you there's this guy, Djokovic. I enjoy watching him play. Djokovic was going between number 4 and number 10 in the world ranking. And then he got a coach, Boris Becker. And that one analyzed his strength to him. And what he first said of Djokovic, you get easily disturbed and you get easily discouraged. That you have to prepare you mentally. If you watch his game, Djokovic will try as much as possible to be the one to serve. Because he knows once he wins the first 2 points, he's likely to win that game. And of course, 1 point at a time, not the whole set. That's the advantage of having a coach. And then in life, the last one you will need is a confidant. To be your real self, you are vulnerable. To be your real self, you like it or not, you get to a stage in which you need somebody to pour your heart to. Get a confidant. Somebody, when the chips are down, when you don't know what to do, you can go to and say, these are the things affecting me. Just a listening ear. Most of your time, your confidant may not actually say anything. It's just for you to pour out your heart. And you have to pick that person that you can trust. So to move on in life, those are the basic things you will need. And of course, the other important thing in life is purpose and opportunities. There are opportunities out there, doctors. Every person you meet in life is an opportunity for you. You must see opportunities, you must create opportunities, and you must recognize opportunities. You know, the new currency of growth in life is information and relationship. I didn't use the word connection. Information and relationship. The information you have and you use will propel you to greater heights. The relationship you have created in life will make you better than what you want to be. And I can tell you this, that farmer that is sitting in front of you as a patient, that's an opportunity for you to get things done in your life. Like the first plot of land I'll ever get in my life, which is my way, was from the friend of my driver that brought the father as a patient. I saw that opportunity, I used it. That civil servant sitting in front of you is an opportunity for you to know the information that will affect you in that area of your life. That banker sitting in front of you will teach you literacy education. They give you investment ideas. Those are opportunities you must use. But as doctors, we are unfortunate. We just think We don't think beyond selling our Panadol and then 16 by 14 room, consulting room. But doctors, please, everybody you meet at least 5 people every day, new people. There are opportunities for you to buttress your life. I'll tell you an interesting story. I actually, some years back, Lagos State Internal Revenue just wrote a letter to me and said, oh, Dr. Kuti, you're owing us about 30 million naira in unpaid taxes. And I was wondering, my auditor is very finicky, he's a pastor, he's from deeper life, he doesn't do things like that. And I said, well, what were we going to do? And you know, if you have a case with Internal Revenue Services, and they say, let's go to court, what the court will tell you is this: that money you are contesting, you pay it to the government coffer. And then after you've decided the court case, if you are not owing, they return the money to you, and if you are owing, they will deduct it from that amount. 30 million naira in government coffer was not a simple thing for me. And interestingly, it was a Saturday, I was not supposed to be in the office. And I got there, and one of my front desk officers just said, oh, there's a patient that wanted to see you personally, Dr. Kuti, for a second opinion. And I said, why not, if not? Let me go and see the patient. So the patient came in, and I did a study for him, and as I was dressing up, I asked him, what job do you do, sir? And he said, oh, I'm a civil servant. And I said, where are you civil servicing? And he said, guess where? Lagos Internal Revenue Services. I said, oh, that's great. And I remember, I said, okay, now I have these challenges. These are the things that has happened. He said, oh, don't worry, Dr. Kuti, come on Monday. Let's see what is happening there. So with my lawyer, my auditor, we got there on Monday. And as God will have it, it was in his division that file was. And he went through it, and it was then he discovered that, look, 5 other companies' files were put in my own company's file. So there are directors that have not paid for many years. They believe I should pay for them. That is where social clerking comes in. And that is where G factor comes in. So please, opportunities are there for you doctors to utilize. You must not at all take anything for granted. You must also create opportunities. And what do I mean by creating opportunities? Do you know where you want to be in life? Socially, financially. If you know where you want to be in life, socialize with people that are in those places. Be social animals, doctors. I will not lie to you. I went to him and he said, oh, Dr. Kuti, can I give you an advice? I said, yes, sir. He said, go and join the Co Club. Go and join the Koyi Club. Go and join Metropolitan Club and the Polo Club. Probably then my salary was 100,000 naira. Then to join Ikoyi Club was about 750,000 naira. And I asked myself, why should I use 7 months' salary just to go and sit with some people and chat? Unfortunately, that's what your mentor will do. He will not force you to do anything. He just tell you to go and do it. Doctors, if I have joined Ikoyi Club 20 years ago, all the principal officers of industries are there now. I will have created opportunities and relationships with them. And that is what opportunities is all about. So anywhere you are, doctors, if you don't know how to play golf, go and learn how to play golf. Go and join them there. It doesn't come cheap. Your parents has invested in you to become doctors. Ask them whether it was easy for them. So you have to invest in yourself to go to where you want to be. It is not trying to be elitistic in this situation. No. It is to be where you should be when you should be. When I get there with doctors, I usually ask them, how many of us has ever traveled first class? How many of us have ever traveled even business class? It's just because we are not moving with the people we should be moving with. I want your generation to change that. Okay? Move with the class that will be where you want to be. Socialize more. Go to where people that you want to associate with will be. You know, like the common saying says, if there are 4 billionaires and you are amongst the 4, the 5th one will be you. But if there are 5 fools and you are one of them, you end up to be the 5th fool. So doctors, please the big advice is create opportunities for yourselves to be where you want to be. It is extremely important. I've said much. I'll probably close on telling you this. Many of you will end up getting higher callings. Many of you will become Minister of Health. Many of you will become Commissioners of Health. Many of you will become Special Assistant. Like it or not, you must do the right thing. Don't worry, the next statement, I got my permission to say it. Of course, most of you, you know the paramount ruler of this town. You're somewhere away of Ondo. I knew him as Dr. Kiladejo. I worked for him. And I can tell you that was a fantastic surgeon. That was a dedicated, impressive surgeon. But when he told me he was going to become a king guy, he was one of the people who said, "Oh, guy, you cannot do this." Because I thought we have lost a good hands from medical practice. But I can tell you, I'm sure we all agree that he has done beautifully well for the Ondo Kingdom. And that's the story I want you to be. So that by the time you leave the practice of medicine and you turn over to the other side, those who have lost you there in the practice of medicine, we know we've lost something good. And those who have gained you will be happy that they have gained something good. I know you have a lot of things to do tonight, but I will end my speech with a quote. We will get that to Crossroad, and that quote is about doing the right thing. And it goes like this. It says, there are many reasons for not doing the right thing. There's only one reason for doing the right thing, because it is the right thing to do. Doctor's place, anywhere, anytime, any day, make sure you do the right things. Congratulations once again. Welcome to the club. See you at the top.
Let's be seated. That was a wonderful lecture delivered by Dr. Abiodun Raymond Kuti, the consultant radiologist, the national president. We also have the HOD, audiology and speech language therapy, Professor Wahab Owolawi. With us on this occasion is Executive Secretary, National Senior Secondary Education Commission, Abuja, Dr. Iyela Ajayi. We also have with us the Chairman, Ondo State Independent Electoral Commission, Dr. Joseph Aremo. The Unimed Musical Band, over to you, please. Thank you very much. Yes, before we move to the next thing on the agenda, permit me, sir, to recognize the presence of some of our directors that are here. The director of ICT, Dr. Ebenezer Olajuigbe. Please let's celebrate him. We also have the director of the Southwest unit, Dr. Tiamiyu Adebisi. Then the director of Odosida campus, Dr. J.O. Arawande. We also have the presence of the Bishop Diocese of Ondo Anglican Commission, Right Reverend Dr. Stephen Adeniran Oni. Next on the agenda is the introduction of the medical elders by the Dean of the Acting Dean, Faculty of Basic Clinical Sciences, Dr. Patrick Osho. Please let's invite him to introduce the medical elders.
Thank you. Visitor, all protocol duly observed. I've been told to introduce or recognize our medical elders, those of them that have served us here in this state. And the first is Dr. Akinroye Moiwa Ido, a chief consultant senior who have served us here in this state. Is a teacher of teachers that has spanned through the National College and West African College of Medicine. And he has also backed his fellowship in African College of Surgeons and National Medical College of Surgeons. He was formerly a CMD at the State Hospital Akure and is presently the CEO of Monarch Specialist Hospital. Thank you very much, sir. Second on the list of our medical elders is Dr. Joseph Irawole Fatukasi. He too, a senior chief consultant and also presently a presidential cadre. He has been a consultant of radiology since 1988, and he has spanned through. He has served here in Nigeria, in UCH, in Oxford, in UK, and he has presently come back here to Nigeria, where he is serving his fatherland. He has been a teacher of teachers, both in the West African College. He has trained undergraduates and postgraduate students all since 1988 up till now. And a word of note, our first set of medical students that passed out some years ago, he was the acting dean at that time. Thank you very much. Also on the list is Dr. Babatola Bobolola Johnson. It's a lot of note to know that I personally worked with him. He's my senior, my chief. They were the ones that made this place favorable for some of us to stay here at the State Specialist Hospital. He started his career here as a medical doctor, dental doctor in 1991. He finished from Obafemi Awolowo University in 1980, where he backed his BSc and also came back to do his bachelor's MBBS in medicine, and he graduated in 1991, sorry. And since then, he has stayed in Ondo State. He has worked here, as I said before. He was the chief medical director of the dental services in Ondo State, State Specialist Hospital in Ondo, here. And he also rose to become the director of medical services in Hospital Management Board in 2018. And finally, before he retired, He retired in HMB as the Ahaji. She's a senior of seniors who has worked severally, both in the military, retired and came back, presently working with us. What of note, she was the first set of dental doctors that graduated in Ife in 1982. Another word of note, she was the second maxillofacial surgeon to the dental maxillofacial, this number 2. And she has worked all her career then in the military and now presently working with us as a senior lecturer in the university and the teaching hospital. Thank you very much, Ba. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, permit me to call on the Dean, Faculty of Clinical Sciences, for the presentation of the inductees to the Registrar, Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria. Well, thereafter, the Dean, Faculty of Dental Sciences will do the same. Shall you please step forward?
It's a privilege for me to introduce the medical inductees to the Registrar of Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria. Please, can you stand up for recognition? Thank you very much. Can I have your seats?
The Vice Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, will the dental inductees please stand for recognition? You may be seated. Thank you.
Next is the address and conduct of the oath-taking ceremony by the representative of the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, Dr. Fatima Okiari.
Thank you very much. I would like to stand on the existing protocol. It was a long list, but I want to recognize the representative of the Executive Governor of Ondo State, Vice Chancellor, guest lecturer for today, all principal officers of the university. Thank you very much. I bring you all a very warm greeting from my principal, Dr. Fatima Okiari, the Registrar of the Council and Chief Executive Officer. She would have loved to be here herself, but for the exigency of her office, she has asked me to be here. And I'm here with my colleague, Dr. Tijani Mandaka, who heads our inspection department. He's not here to inspect anything, but to support the whole process. Before I go on to the business of today, I would like to pass on some words from the council, and specifically from my registrar. So when I'm speaking on behalf of my registrar. She has asked me to inform this gathering, and especially the new inductees, that the council, the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, is an organ of the federal government of Nigeria, established by an act of parliament in 1963, on the 18th of December to be precise. The council has registered well over 100,000 medical and dental practitioners. The council operates by its mandate. The mandate revolves around medical education and dental education, of course, registration of practitioners who are fit to become members of the profession, and also the discipline of erring practitioners. The council registers practitioners, and this is the first step of registration, which is the induction. You have to be inducted, you have to take the oath before you are given that license, that certificate to practice. It is a privilege to have that certificate or license, and it can be taken from you at any time. The council has two disciplinary organs of the Medical and Dental Council. The first is a panel of first hearing, known as the Medical and Dental Practitioner Investigation Panel. It operates under closed doors because the doctor that has been invited is not under any charge. Until a prima facie case is established, then that doctor's case is moved to the Medical and Dental Practitioner Disciplinary Tribunal. That tribunal sits in closed session, in the open. So members of the public are invited. These organs of council, you heard from the guest lecturer, it's not where you want to find yourself as a medical practitioner. So there are ethics of the profession that you must abide by. We have a publication called the Code of Medical Ethics in Nigeria, the 2008 edition. You must have a copy of that. It's part of the document we're going to hand over to you after the oath-taking ceremony. You must reference that document throughout your practice in Nigeria. Issues of malpractice, negligence are not treated lightly by the council. You must know, as a registered practitioner, the limits of your practice. What can you do? What can you not do? When do you refer your patient to where your patient can get the best care and attention? You must know that a doctor who presents before you, that you are the responsible medical officer at that time. If a patient presents to you under your care, medical ethics, yes, you're going to read about it, but you will learn about it on the job. It's practical. When do you see your patient? How often do you see your patient? How do you dress to your clinic, to your ward rounds? How do you present yourself in public as a doctor? All these are very important. The guest lecturer spoke a lot about ethics as well. But like I told him, I wish I was seated down there during my time and listening to his lecture. It was very rich. It's going to take you far in life. And I was very happy that it was put in a document that you can reference even after today's occasion. The council currently is in the process of updating its master register of all practitioners in the country. It is one of the focal areas of the current registrar. She assumed office in February this year, and she's taking this very important mandate of the council very serious. So you do not want to find that your name is not on that register. The council has a functional web portal where you can, which is fully automated. You can register, pay up your practicing fees. By January 1st, 2025, a list of all eligible practitioners in Nigeria will be published. If you have an additional qualification, you must register it. And it's also against the ethics not to have a registered additional qualification while practicing. The council is also concerned about the exodus of doctors. But we know as well that it's a good thing to go and seek further knowledge, improve your skills, but you should also try to come back to contribute your quota. Many of us have stayed because we believe in Nigeria, and we believe that the healthcare of our citizens are important. It's a sacrifice, but it's a good one. We're going to partner and work with all institutions that are accredited by the council to improve or increase the quota for the training of medical and dental graduates. This may not happen automatically because there are various requirements that have to be met. But we would encourage and support institutions who have that desire, who have that ability to do so. The Honorable Minister of Health has charged the council with this responsibility. We know it is possible, but may not happen overnight. We as a council have prioritized areas that in the next 5 years we're going to ensure the improvement in areas that revolve around our mandate. Training of medical and dental practitioners, the discipline of medical practitioners, and also registration processes. We are at the last stage of concluding our strategic plan. We have developed 5 thematic areas in our plan. And all this evolves around our mandate. It's about the first time that we're having this strategic plan. And we look forward to a brighter future for Nigeria when it comes to medical and dental regulation as a whole. She has asked me to encourage you all the new inductees, to proceed to your housemanship after obtaining your practicing license and your provisional certificate. I believe you have started the process. Your provisional registration lasts for 2 years. If after 2 years you have not completed your housemanship, you stand the risk of going to write an exam before you can obtain your license and certificate to practice again. So within that 2 years, please ensure you complete your housemanship program. We also have the code, the guideline of registration, which is the document that is going to be handed over to you as well, to guide you on all registration steps and processes that you need to follow. There is no ignorance to laws. You must ask and you must seek knowledge of the law. A lot have been said to you today. You must take them very seriously. You are the future, you are the hope for this country tomorrow, for the profession as well. Many of us are going to come to you for care and want to see that you're able to provide that care. As medical and dental practitioners, you are also leaders in the health sector. From this point, you are leaders. Don't see yourself as a new doctor, a young doctor. You're a leader already. A lot lies on your shoulders from this point. You must display that leadership when you start your housemanship. Being a leader does not mean you must be arrogant. You must be very, very humble. You will meet your colleagues there, senior colleagues. You will meet those in the allied profession, in medicine, the nurses. You must be ready to work with them amicably. You must respect them. It is only when you show humility that they can reciprocate to you. Don't feel that you're a doctor, you cannot learn from a nurse, or you cannot learn from a lab scientist. You must show that you are a leader. You must listen. You must communicate. You must be at your duty post. The patient should not be the one waiting for you. You should be waiting for the patient. So you must get to your room, consulting rooms on time. You must be at the emergency rooms. Do remember that as house officers, you are under supervision of your supervising consultants. They will issue a report about you, about your conduct, about your learning to the council. That record is kept for life. When you do travel out of the country, you must be a good ambassador to your alma mater, to the country, and to the medical profession. We have a relationship with sister regulating bodies across the world. If you go to UK, if you go to North America, Saudi Arabia, we all do communicate. If a sanction is meted against you in any of these countries, same will apply in Nigeria. We've had cases of our practitioners who go abroad and they have one issue or the other related to malpractice, misconduct, negligence, and when they come here, they can't practice. They have to be cleared by the disciplinary organs of council. So being a doctor is a serious business. After listening to Dr. Kuti, I saw that I was a poor doctor. Poor in the sense that as a doctor, you're not going to make money. Don't make money your priority. You have taken the right step. Your parents have supported you. Today, you're doctors. That's a great achievement. You have fulfilled your dream, just like the song that was sung said. A lot is expected of you. Don't be in silos. Establish good network, like he has said. Have mentors in the profession. In any area or any specialty you want to go into, seek guidance. I will not be able to say a lot or everything about ethics. It's quite deep. You learn about it in your practice. Avoid mistakes that are avoidable. There are some mistakes that are glaring among practitioners when they do practice. Empathy to your patient is lacking today in our care as practitioners. The hallmark of a good doctor is a doctor that knows his or her limit. Know when your knowledge cannot take you far anymore. And you must do so on time so that you don't lose that patient. The registrar of the council wishes you well in your practice, and she has asked me to induct you into the medical and dental profession. And that's what I'll do now, and I'll request that you rise at this point. You are not doctors yet until after this oath. It's a privilege, like I did say. We can withdraw your license. We can suspend you from practice for a maximum of 6 months. We can reprimand you. We can erase your name from the register of medical and dental practitioners in this country. We don't go around literally looking for those we want to sanction. But report gets to us. And when it does come in the form of an affidavit to the tribunal or to the investigation panel, then it's a serious matter. You would also be encouraged to take medical indemnity, professional indemnity, because, like you've heard today, the patients are knowing their rights. So don't be surprised to see a lawsuit against you from a patient that you saw maybe 5 years ago coming back. That's happened. It's happening. So you must be careful. But I know, having been properly trained in this institution, your Vice Chancellor I've known for probably over a decade, so admired. I know he's a man of excellence. So you cannot afford not to be excellent. Perhaps you are afraid of taking this oath. I'll ask you to sit down. Yes, because after taking this oath, if any case of negligence, malpractice, or any misconduct is brought against you, this very oath that you're going to take and sign today, that I will take back to Abuja and put in your file, hard copy, soft copy, could be used against you. Is anyone sitting down? Yeah, you can sit down and then you invite you to Abuja. You take your oath when you're ready. Okay. All right. So, by the authority vested in me, I'm going to administer that oath. You're going to repeat after me. And it's in 3 parts. The activities is in 3 parts. The first is the declaration to abide by all laws. And then the second one is the physician pledge, also known as the Hippocratic Oath. It's been modified over time. And then the third aspect is the affirmation of the oath, using any of the holy books or the cutlass I see there, whichever is your faith. So at the count of 3, you are going to repeat after me. You are going to be privileged to use the prefix doctor at this point. And then you describe your name. I, Dr. Victor Bero. You repeat after me and then we'll flow that way. Are we ready? Please, no distractions from the paparazzis. It's a solemn occasion. I need you to focus, to concentrate. And when I look up and I see that you are not serious with it, I will ask you to sit down. And you repeat, I, Dr. No, you're not saying it boldly. Oh. Say it again. Yes, because as a doctor, you must be confident of yourself, even when there's an emergency. Right? Do sincerely and solemnly declare that as a registered medical and dental practitioner in Nigeria, I shall exercise the several parts of my profession to the best of my ability and knowledge for the good, safety, and welfare of all persons committing themselves to my care and attention, and that I will faithfully obey the rules and regulations of the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria and all other laws that have been made for the control of the medical and dental professions. With your right hands up now, you will repeat after me as well. I solemnly pledge to dedicate my life to the service of humanity, the health and well-being of my patient will be my first consideration. I want you to repeat that part again. The health and the well-being of my patient will be my first consideration. What he's saying there is that don't abandon your patient for any reason. Not for your family, not for money. Never abandon your patient. If you are going on strike, your patient must be handed over to a facility or to under the care of a practitioner to do so. And as house officers, you are not to go on strike. I will respect the autonomy and the dignity of my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I will not permit considerations of age, disease, disability, creed, ethnic origin, gender, nationality, social standing, sexual orientation, political affiliation, or any other factor to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will respect the secrets that are confided in me even after the patient has died. I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity and in accordance with good medical practice. I will foster the honor and the noble traditions of the medical and dental profession. I will give to my teachers, colleagues, and students the respect and gratitude that is their due. I will share my medical knowledge for the benefit of the patient and the advancement of healthcare. I will attend to my own health, well-being, and abilities in order to provide care of the highest standard. I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights and civil liberties, even under threat. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. So help me God. Congratulations. Congratulations. Today you have been added to the pool of human resource for health in Nigeria. Nigeria is in dire need of the human resource for health. We have a growing population. By WHO standards, we are not there. As a council, we'll do our best to see that we have the right skill set of medical and dental professionals that will serve our population. Congratulations, the Vice Chancellor. Sir, congratulations on this great feat. Thank you very much. You may sit down now. The third aspect is the oath affirmation. So we're going to come out once your name is mentioned, and then you affirm to the oath that you have taken. and you'd hold any of the holy books, either the Quran, the Bible, or the cutlass, and then you affirm to the oath by saying, I, Dr. Victor Benro, do affirm to the oath I have taken. I, Dr. Victor Benro, do affirm to the oath that I have taken. Thank you.
Congratulations once more. The inductees should please stand, take your oath, then come to the podium to shake your elders, one after the other.
I, Dr. Naomi Babade, do affirm to the oath that I have taken.
Dr. Babolapi, you're highly welcome. Please come to the front.
Okay. I, Dr. Molewa Naomi Babade, do affirm to the oath that I have taken.
Yes, come to the podium.
I, Dr. Balarachos, do affirm to the oath I have taken.
I, Dr. Yusa Timileyi Promise, do affirm to the oath I have taken.
I, Dr. Jalil Bushra, do affirm to the oaths that I have taken.
I, Dr. Disu Halima Abiodun, hereby affirm to the oath that I have taken. So help me God. I, Dr. Cynthia Yanoluwa Yakudo, do affirm to the oath I've taken. So help me God.
I, Mary Patrick. I, Mary Patrick, do affirm to the oath that I have taken.
I, Dr. Kumba Sasfe David. I, Dr. Kumba Sasfe David, do affirm to the oath I have taken.
I, Dr. Oshoro Elizabeth, do affirm to the oath that I have taken.
I, Dr. Okunfolami Jibola Rachel, do affirm to the oath that I have taken. I, Dr. Aluya Naomi, do affirm to the oath that I have taken. I, Dr. Angela Olua Mobolanle Oladeji, do affirm to the oath that I have taken. I, Dr. Chioma Elizabeth Obode, do affirm to the oath that I have taken. I, Dr. Adeyemi Bukola Priscilla, do affirm to this oath I have taken.
To a miracle, what to be, do affirm to the oath that I've taken.
I, Dr. Adenijo Adeyemi Adedayo, do affirm to the oath I have taken.
I, Dr. Bituse Ebolowa, do affirm to the oath that I have taken. So help me God.
I, Dr. Timtokbe Iyoluwa Ajayi, do affirm to the oath I have taken.
I, Dr. David Anigotun, do affirm to the oath I have taken.
Dr. Atuatundayo, do affirm to the oath that I have taken. I, Dr. Ayenibiola Sarah, do affirm to the oath that I have taken. I, Dr. Akiyose do affirm to the oath I have taken, so help me God.
I, Dr. Orobowagenewoma Abraham, do affirm to the oath that I have taken. I, Dr. Victor Oviaro Salome, do affirm to the oath I have taken.
I, Dr. Omoumi Ebiekuraju, do affirm to the oath I have taken.
I, Dr. Adinda Golon Femi, do affirm to the oath I have taken.
I, Dr. Yela Osanyomo, do affirm to the oath that I have taken.
I, Dr. Ayola Ayodeji Samson, do affirm to the oath I have taken. I, Dr. Olawale Daniel, do affirm the oath that I have taken. I, Dr. Joshua Adewale James, I do affirm to the oath I have just taken.
ọmọge Ọlọ́runfẹ́mi Teresa, do affirm to the oath that I have taken. I, Dr. Agbaje Priscilla Yeluwa, do affirm to the oath that I have taken.
I, Dr. Fambode Oluwatofumi Olamide, do affirm to the oath that I have taken.
Hi, Dr. Olubushawe Maxwell Opeyemi, do affirm to the oath I have taken.
I, Dr. Mamit Moyoluwa Olaoluwa, do affirm to the oath I have taken. I, Dr. Olaimi Bolatfe Esther, do affirm to the oath I have taken. I, Dr. Akiola Kimtope, do affirm to the oath I have taken. I, Dr. Idowu Adejura Adejumoke, do affirm to the oath that I have taken. I, Dr. Umwari Gift, do affirm to the oath I have taken.
I, Dr. Babatunde Sukomi, do affirm to the oath I have taken. I, Dr. Ayemidolu Adenuga, do affirm to the oath that I have taken. I, Dr. Daniel Okobis Esu, do affirm to the oath that I have
I, Dr. Aipoku Bright Eric, do affirm to the oath that I have taken.
I, Dr. Ransom Akinlade, do affirm to the oath I have taken. I, Dr. Benjamin Ajibade Adeomi, do affirm to the oath that I have taken.
I, Dr. Akesola Samba Akesolare, do affirm to the oath that I have taken.
I, Olobosere Oluwafeyikemi, do affirm to the oath that I have taken. I, Dr. Osiyale Anoluwapo Musmade, do affirm to the oath that I have taken. I, Dr. Olayiwa Ajimedoye, do affirm to the oath that I have taken. I, Dr. Goodness Esiaome Inebejon, do affirm to the oath I have taken, so help me God. I, Dr. Richard Ifeoma Patient, do affirm to the oath I have
I, Dr. Adesoya Adamilola Elijah, do affirm to the oath I have taken.
Congratulations once more. Shall we please be seated?
Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, permit me to announce the presence of the Provost, Federal College of Education, Ilawe Ekiti. That is a Dr. Bade Ikujobe. Next on the agenda is a presentation to the guest lecturer by the chairman, Medical Induction Planning Committee. That is Dr. Omolayo Olubosede. Please let's celebrate her as she steps forward.
On behalf of our amiable Vice Chancellor, Professor Adeshegun Fatusi, we present this award of excellence to our distinguished induction lecturer, Dr. Abiodun Raymond Kuti, for the excellent work done. As this is our third induction ceremony into the medical and dental professions. We appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much.
Next is the valedictory speech by the class representation of the inductees. That is a Dr. Oluwagbemiga Ayomide. Please let's celebrate him.
Ziegler once said, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. I will start this speech by giving honors to these great people here. Greetings to His Excellency, the Governor of Ondo State, Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa, who is represented here by the Special Advisor on Education, Mrs. Olaomi Ilawole. I greet you, ma'am. I also want to extend the greetings to all royal fathers and other dignitaries, the governing council of this school, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Adeshegun Fatusi, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Adolphus Odogunloto, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic, Professor Rosangela Unguba, the University Registrar, the Bossa, the Librarian, the Deans, the HODs, the guest speaker, Dr. Raymond Abiodun Kuti, I greet you, sir. University Teaching Hospital Management led by Dr. Bala. I greet you, sir. The Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria representative, Dr. Victor Gbero, and also Dr. Tijani Mandaka. I greet you, sir. The academic and non-academic staffs, all parents and guardians, members of the press, distinguished guests, pacemakers, the UNIMED students, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great joy that I, Oluwagbemiga Ayomide Akomu, stand before you as a representative of this third set of medical and dental graduates, the pacemakers from the University of Medical Science, Ondo State. On behalf of my classmates and I, we begin by thanking God Almighty, the Waymaker, for making this glorious day possible. As Julius Caesar once said, Veni vidi vici, we came, we saw, and indeed we conquered. We express our gratitude to Governor Ayedatiwa for his unwavering support towards UNIMED. We also honor the late Governor Rotimi Akeredolu, and we also want to thank Dr. Abdulrahman Olusegun, whose vision gave birth to this institution. As well as Professor Friday Okonofa, the pioneer Vice Chancellor of this university. We appreciate our current Vice Chancellor, Professor Adeshegun Fatusi, and his team for their dedication, which led to the full accreditation of the Faculty of Clinical Sciences. A special thanks goes to the Oshomore of Ondo, Oba Victor Kiladejo, for his embracing UNIMED vision, and to all the friends of UNIMED who contributed to its development. We also thank our lecturers and staffs for their relentless efforts and commitment to our education. Your efforts will not be forgotten. Today, we celebrate the academic excellence of the pacemakers who have endured rigorous training from early morning lectures to overnight course over the past 7 years. UNIMED has made remarkable strides, including being ranked the 3rd specialized university in Nigeria. We urge continued investment into this university and to raise its standard. As we move forward, I plead to the university and to also to the governor to make medical training more affordable so that more students can pursue their dreams in this great institution. To my junior colleagues, I say to you, don't give up. No matter how hard it gets, keep pushing. Success will follow. To our Vice Chancellor, the Governing Council, the entire UNIMED community, we are proud to be the 3rd set of medical doctors produced by this great institution. We deeply appreciate your support and determination which made this day possible. Finally, I extend my heartfelt thanks to my fellow graduates, especially those who supported me during our journey. To my classmates, remember this: the lion is not the fastest nor the strongest animal in the jungle, but is the king of the jungle. Why? Because of its courage. Embrace that mindset and greatness will follow. We will succeed in the name of God. On the last note, Dwayne Johnson once said, success isn't about greatness alone. It's about consistency and hard work. And that hard work leads to success. And I'm sure greatness will follow. We will succeed in the name of God. God bless you all. God bless UNIMED. God bless Ondo State. God bless the Federal Government of Nigeria. Signing out, Dr. Ayomide Oluwaseyiwa Akomu Oloye Okolomogo.
Yeah, thank you very much. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, permit me to recognize once again His Royal Majesty Oba Oladele Frederick Akimoye, the Orungbura of Ode Erije Kingdom, Ebikuroju 4. You're highly welcome, sir. Kabiesio. Yes, next on the agenda is a goodwill message to be delivered by the Chief Medical Director, University of Medical Sciences Teaching Hospital, Ondo, Dr. Michael Higbala. Please let's celebrate him as he steps forward.
Today is a day of joy, it's a day of vision coming true. I'd like to thank our Vice Chancellor for keeping the flag flying and all the members of the management of the university. So from the teaching hospital, we want to say thank you for a great job that you are doing for us to see this 3rd induction of the medical and dental doctors today. I want to especially thank our governor for the support university and the teaching hospital have enjoyed. As we know, our governor is ably represented by the Special Advisor on Education. Ma, please extend our sincere appreciation to the governor. Last week, we just got approval to bring in more interns to the teaching hospital. Physiotherapists, nurses, pharmacists. This said, they sent my son to me, what is happening about our induction? And I told him, I will address you at the induction. I'm happy to tell you that tomorrow I'm expecting you to come and pick your form. Today is a day of mixed joy and emotions for me, because for those of us who have been privileged to see this whole vision from the very beginning to a day like this. I remember then the governor pioneered this whole project. Will come to the medical village and will ask the young consultants, how will you make, what will I do to make sure the crop of these consultants stay back in this place? We have told them, let there be a college of medicine, but beyond college of medicine, now we have a university of medical sciences. In our very life, it has become a reality. What we are witnessing today is a mix of vision, sacrifice, dedication, and passion from all sides. I want to especially appreciate the clinical lecturers, most of whom have lectured pro bono for the past, only God knows how many years. Many of you have left Lagos, left Ibadan, Port Harcourt to come to Laji Road to see that this become a reality. I think my colleagues would deserve a round of applause. I'm particularly gladdened with what our regulator said about opening up the space. Before we came to the big space, we were having a discourse about the need to enlarge the scope of training. And I'm particularly thrilled that the registrar have come to the open to say that they will continue, the MDC will continue to encourage enlargement of space. So thank you. We thank you. We thank you really for that, because that is extremely important for several reasons, for the survival of the university, and also for those of us who have been privileged to see students, doctors trained from outside the country, and the challenge parents go through in getting their students to medical training program. There's no doubt about it that there's a need for us to enlarge the training facilities within our country. Let me close by saying, I want to charge all the new doctors, take time and watch the video of the lecture today. It's not likely you will remember everything that has been said, but some of us will have wished we listened to something like this during our induction. Please, I want to admonish you. What the registrar said and what the lecturer said will be a pivot that will guide you as you move into the future. So once again, I want to congratulate you, and we are expecting you on the hospital side, and I'd like to let you know you have just started your training. That is the obvious reality. You have just started your training, but you are starting on a very good, solid foundation. To the parents who are here today, I congratulate you for seeing this beauty to behold, for seeing this celebration of your children. Thank you so much.
Next is the final bow, to be led by the Dean of the Faculty of Basic Medical Sciences, ably represented by Dr. Akinola Adenero. Please let's celebrate him as he steps forward.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, permit me to stand on the already established protocols. My assignment is very simple, and it is high time the new doctors took the final bow. So I'm going to conduct the new doctors. They are going to take bows 3 times consecutively, and permit me to ask the new doctors to stand to their feet. So the final bow is a way of appreciating people who have worked assiduously from their inception to today. They are being inducted into the medical and dental professions. So they are going to take 3 bows. And the first bow will go to the parents who has worked tirelessly to ensure that they sponsored their education. So now the doctors will move towards the direction where the parents are seated. So we now turn to where the parents are seated, and now we will take a bow. Take a bow, you can take a bow. Yes, the second bow will go to all the teachers who has been handling these doctors from 100 level up to this moment. But because the lecturers, the teachers, they are seated in various places in the room, we are going to use those who are seated there as a point of contact to the teachers. So let's take the next bow. Take a bow. Yes, you are going to face the high table here. And the final bow will go to the authorities of the University of Medical Sciences who have given you the platform to become medical and dental doctors. Take a bow. Congratulations. Thank you.
Yes, with a standing ovation, please, let's celebrate the Vice Chancellor, Professor Adeshegun Fatisi, as he comes forward for his special remarks.
Please be seated. Thank you very much. I think the easiest thing for me to do is simply to say I will adopt the protocol that has been well laid, but I refuse to do that, because I think that it's important to recognize everyone that needs to be recognized. So, pardon me, and I'm not giving a lecture, I have just a short remark. Let me start by recognizing His Excellency, the Governor of our state, Governor Lucky Orimiso Aiyedatiwa, who is represented here this morning, now it's almost afternoon, by a great friend of our university, the Special Advisor on Education, Dr. Olawumi Lawale. I want to thank the Registrar of the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria. This event is not university event per se. It's an event of the regulatory body, the Medical and Dental Council. And I'm glad that the Registrar had allowed us to have the presence of Dr. Victor Benro and Dr. Tijani today. Thank you very much for coming. Without them approving this date, we won't be here. Let me thank my great colleagues in the principal officers team, my able and committed Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic, Professor Rosangela Nguba, the Registrar, an astute administrator, is now here but represented by the Deputy Registrar, who incidentally has just been appointed as the new Registrar, will be coming in December. Dr. Wale Olakundayo was represented by Mr. Imola Adeniran. We have a wonderful man in our bossa. The bossa is Mr. MSO Shitu, FCA. We have a librarian who just joined us recently, and the first substantive librarian for our university, Dr. Oduwale. I want to thank my friends and partners in the hospital management side. Without them, we cannot train doctors. We don't train doctors in classroom. We train them in the classroom, they train them in the clinic, and without them we cannot truly do anything. And I'm proud to say we have great friends, brothers, and colleagues on the hospital side, led by the ABU's CMD, Dr. Michael Igbala, a co-IFE graduate. We have his CMAC, also a graduate of IFE, Dr. Akimbodewa, and we have the director of the hospital, General Hospital in Ondo, Dr. Akintade, also here. Thank you very much. We appreciate the services that you had given to bring us to this day. I want to thank our distinguished speaker for today. You will all agree with me. That was a wonderful speech. And I am not surprised. Dr. Abiodun Raymond Kuti was my classmate in the medical school. So I've known him for 44 years. And thank you very much. And he's the class captain for our group, even to today on our WhatsApp. And he's always available to support all of us, whatever. It was actually at the last graduation. He came to be here to support me. Thank you, Biodun. God bless you. Let me thank all our deans and our directors and our teachers, academic staff, non-academic staff. Without you, we will not be here. You are simply awesome. And I appreciate you all. Let me thank our medical elders. We have 4 distinguished medical elders, but permit me to be a bit partial as I single out BJ. Dr. Bobola Babatola actually we are also classmates in IFE, and he retired as chief executive of this state. I have not seen Bobola for, I don't know when last I saw him, but it's good to have you here, Bobola. Thank you very much. We are glad that the leadership of medical and dental professions are all here to support us. NMA, NDA, want to thank you. My new colleagues in the medical profession and the dental profession, congratulations. Let me use my daughter. This class is a class I'm particularly very partial and connected. If you talk about relationship, let me use my daughter, Grace, to be a point of contact. There are so many of them who are very close to me. Congratulations. We are proud of you. You are great guys. I want to acknowledge and thank all our spiritual fathers. Our Lord Bishop is here. Bishop Stephen Adenuraoni, the Bishop of the Archdiocese of Ondo. Thank you, sir. The Bishop is always with us every time we call upon him. I want to thank our royal fathers, and I particularly recognize the royal father who has been mentioned. We pray the Lord continue to empower you on the royal thrones. We want to thank all our special guests, too numerous to mention. But permit me to use 2 special friends who are here today as a point of contact. Professor Alex Eze had come all the way from the US to spend sabbatical with us. We are glad that you are here on this special day. I'm Mr. Yemi Ayorendi, also an old friend who came with Dr. Kuti today. I want to thank every parent and guardians and congratulate you. Your support has been tremendous. And I trust that because you have sown, the Lord will cause you to reap in bountiful measures in the name of Jesus. Congratulations to you. I appreciate all the members of our choir, university choir. Please join me to appreciate them. They are all our students. And distinguished ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I honestly don't want to say much because much has been said. Today truly is a day of celebration. And indeed, we are glad that the Lord has brought this day to be. There are thoughts set, as you have heard. And as we look back at our history and the journey as an institution, we cannot but be grateful to God for what he has accomplished and how in his mercy, in his grace, in his kindness, in his faithfulness, he has led us to this point. A couple of years back, there were doubts even if we will survive. But here we are not just surviving, we are thriving, we are making impact, we are growing by the day. Today in this country, the University of Medical Sciences, proudly Nigeria's first specialized medical and sciences university, is only about 10 years old. But we have the largest collection of medical and sciences courses
across all the universities in Nigeria and West Africa. And it's simply be a journey of grace. And we trust that the Lord will continue to bless the little efforts that we put together. Indeed, as we look back and we see where we are, the fact is we have blazed many trails as a university. Today we have the only faculty of medical rehabilitation anywhere in West Africa, the largest collection of medical rehabilitation courses anywhere. We have the only full-fledged school of public health anywhere in this country. We have the only masters in air policy anywhere in this country. And I can go on, and I can go on, and I can go on. But we recognize that it's not us. We recognize that it's the mighty one who walked through us to the praise of his name. Today's congratulation really goes past to 3-4 group of people. One, to our proprietor. Without the support of the state government, we will not be where we are. Our special advisor, please, as my colleague, the CMD has said, please convey our good wishes and our gratitude to His Excellency. I'm wishing the very best in the coming days. We are proud that the state government, despite the challenges around finances, owing 3 or 4 institutions now, has continued to support us. We are glad that just early this year, it was able to give us 250 million to support our faculty of pharmacy. That's a dream we have had for 10 years. Now we have admitted our first set of pharmacy because of that support. We trust God that He will be with us in December when we celebrate our 10th anniversary, and when the promise of the Senate building and the foundation will be laid by God's grace. The second group, obviously, is our teachers. They are the geese that laid the golden egg. Without them, we will not be here. And of course, I want to thank you, parents, for believing in us, for committing your children to our hand, and for trusting that in our hands they will prosper. And indeed, they have, and they will continue to prosper. I want to congratulate the class set. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic class. You've done us proud, but this is the beginning of your journey. Remember who we are, UNIMED. Our motto, our desire is to impact the world. Please go out there and show the stuff that you are made of. People can change the narratives. People who can make the difference. People who can make impact. And people can truly hold their head up as people trained in this great university. I wish you the very best. I'm going to just say 3 things and I'll close. The first one, again, coincides with what the lecturer said. Number 1, always do the right thing. The time is always right to do the right thing. Always. If you do the right things, things will work with you. This will work for you. The second thing I'd like to say to you is this. The lecturer talked about God. Please, without God, none of us is anything. I'm sure many of you have been to my office. You will see there's a big drawing. I've had that drawing with me for 3 decades of a tortoise on a wall. And I always remind myself, the tortoise has no capacity to climb the wall. One hand puts it upon the wall. You are not the best. There are people who are better than you, who never had the opportunity you had. There are people who are better than you are not alive today. You are simply product of grace. Please continue to remember that. And remember that the instrument of grace God has used for you are your prayers and guidance. As God prosper you, please continue to support them. Honor them all your life. The Bible says in Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 7, it said, blessed is the one who trusts in God, whose confidence in Him. Please always put your confidence in Him. Not in your ability, not in your learning, but if you trust God, God will come through for you. My last word to you is a prayer from the book of Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 9. It says, the Lord your God will make you successful in everything you do. I pray that as you go, the Lord will bless you. He will cause His face to shine upon you. He will make way for you in life, and He will lift up your head. Congratulations, and we wish you well.
Let's be
seated. Next is the vote of thanks by the Executive Governor of Ondo State, Honorable Lucky Orimisan Ayedatiwa, well represented by the Special Advisor to the Governor of Ondo State on Education, Dr. Olawumi Ilawole. Please let's celebrate her.
Thank you very much. The Vice Chancellor and all principal officers of this great citadel of learning, I greet you and I congratulate you for this feat today. I'm here today representing the Governor of Ondo State, His Excellency Lucky Orimisan Ayedatiwa, who is unavoidably absent. But I'm very delighted to represent him at this occasion. My greetings go to all parents that are here and the inductees. I say congratulations, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to be here today at the third induction ceremony of the medical and dental professions of the University of Medical Sciences, Ondo, UNIMED. Being a foremost medical university created to address the training, research, and service delivery needs of Ondo State and its environs in all aspects of healthcare, has continued to churn out health professionals in various categories to meet the short supply of health professionals amid huge demand. The vexing issue of the chronic and severe lack of health professionals worldwide is devastating for those countries where millions of people are without access to appropriate health services, principally primary care. This is the most critical challenge to achieving universal coverage of health services. If competent, appropriately skilled health professionals are not available in adequate numbers and distributed proportionally to the population, many citizens will not receive the services corresponding to their health needs. The World Health Report estimated that an additional 2.4 million doctors, nurses, and midwives were needed globally. There is no indication that this deficit has been significantly reduced since the estimate was first published in 2006. The health workforce is one of the 6 building blocks of the healthcare system that countries need to strengthen if the objective of universal equitable access to good quality health service is to be achieved. Producing more health professionals alone will not be sufficient. What a population needs is a health workforce with the right competencies to respond to its evolving needs. And I'm sure these, our inductees today, will fit into that description. Undoubtedly, more health professionals are needed with new competencies and motivation to serve the needs of society. The transformation of health professionals' education can be achieved by competent and dedicated leaders who are seated on this side, focusing on health needs and the objectives of the health services sector. We want to sincerely appreciate the Medical and Dental Council for your support all the time. We thank you very much for increasing the quota, and we'll be asking for more, I can assure you. As a government, we will continue to appeal to the Dental and Medical Council to consider the shortage of manpower in the health sector, occasioned by the restrictive quota allocated to universities and the jackpot syndrome, to allocate more quota to our medical colleges and universities, especially UNIMED, to enable them take on more students willing to take a shot at the medical profession. An appeal will also go to TED Fund to earmark special funds for equipping the laboratories and teaching hospitals with the necessary equipment for the training of our medical students and other healthcare trainees. As a government, we are committed to ensuring that our nurses and doctors in training take priority in training positions in our teaching hospitals to churn out well-qualified and well-trained medical personnel. I congratulate the inductees of today and their parents and wish them success in their future endeavors. Thank you.
Finally, the vote of thanks by the chairman, Center Committee of Professional Induction Ceremonies, that is Professor Olalekun Adebimpe.
Wow. The Vice Chancellor of the university, permit me to stand on existing protocol. Our first thanks goes to God Almighty, the Lord of the world. We thank you. We adore thee. We glorify you. We thank you for making today a possibility. Oh Lord, we thank you. The visitor to the university, ably represented, we thank you for your support. This university wouldn't have grown to this extent if not for your support. Thank you very much. Our gratitude and regard to His Excellency, the Governor of Ondo State. My Vice Chancellor and Principal Officers, thank you very much. My committee appreciates giving go ahead for this program. Thank you very much. Mr. Vice Chancellor, you have done beautifully well. You have delivered. You are already successful. I thank God for you. The Medical and Dental Council, thank you for coming to induct our colleagues, the newest doctors in town. Thank you very much. God bless you. My CMD and his entourage, thank you very much for taking active part in the training of these new doctors. Thank you. God bless you. My colleagues, deans, thank you for your good work. Let me go to our elders. Those are our teachers, our mentors. I pray that rivers of knowledge will keep on flowing and it will never dry. Our parents, I congratulate you. Once again, I congratulate you. Your work shows, by God's grace, these children will go far higher than the place you want them to be. And they will definitely get there where you want them to be. Once again, congratulations. To the best setters, the new doctors of today, my student in those days, still my students, congratulations, you have done beautifully well. You have done us proud. We are very happy for you. God Almighty will make the journey an easy task for you. I want to thank our bishop, the KBACs, all others present, most especially all members and staff of the University of Medical Sciences and students, the choir. I thank everybody for coming. God bless you for coming. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Yes, we've come to the end of the program. Shall we please stand for the anthems in reverse order? Unimade anthem.
You
anthem. Nigeria anthem. Let's remain standing for the academic session in reverse order.
Thank you.